Oh man, what is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is doing well. Wellness Thursday? No. Um, tremendous Thursday. Tremendous Thursday. Yeah, we can go with tremendous Thursday. Hopefully you're doing good today. We are seeing the market just slowly kind of grind higher. Really from mid morning to I don't know about 45 minutes ago or so, 40 minutes ago, and it was really kind of interesting. This blue boxes zone, or this blue zone that you see here, it still has been just a major kind of tough area for the market. We opened and 30 minutes just chopped sideways. We ran for like 15 minutes bullish, got to the blue zone, and very slowly chopped and started to just slowly grind higher. And about 40 minutes ago, we finally just got through it and had a little pop, a little rest, and then a little continuation. And we took out yesterday's high as well. And I mean, that's really all you need to know for everybody that was trying to be bearish on it. It kind of includes me. And, I swapped out some positions yesterday looking for just a tactical move, just in the bullish direction, right? Just in the bullish direction. Probably going to make a run up here to the 417 level on the SPY. That's just it is what it is. The market kind of gave us that indication yesterday, actually, and I think obviously we're gonna most likely we're gonna close above yesterday, which is the high that the high of these two kind of double tops that we had between last week and this week. And most likely we're just going to continue higher. And it'll probably be pretty rapid. I'd imagine we get there Monday or Tuesday. Um, Most likely it's going to be Monday. I'd imagine we probably move higher tomorrow. And then Monday we come out and move higher again. Probably there, but I'd imagine if we're not there by Monday, probably there Tuesday up into the 417 area, back at that February high. I have a very hard time believing we take that level out. If we do take that level out, the upside's pretty limited. Pretty limited. We might come fill this gap possibly right here at 422. Other than that, like it's gonna be very difficult to be positive or to be positive. I mean, to be bullish, to be extremely bullish, just because this zone right here, this red box zone, is the first time we even touched the bottom of it. I mean, we got crushed. We crushed right off from there. So, yeah, I just expect us to come to 417, and if we do push higher, maybe we fill this gap back here from August. And but even then, it's only like you're only talking like maybe a 3, 4, 5 point move higher. Like it's not going to be much. Not going to be a big deal. So if we get to about the 417, 418 level, what was this high back here in February? The high was 418.31. So 418 area, I'll just be probably putting more capital into work. El Toro is in the house. Is that your wrestling name, El Toro? So yeah, I mean that's just kind of the way I'm going to play it. I would expect us to probably be in that 417, 418 level probably by Monday, Tuesday at the latest. I'd imagine tomorrow, since we're breaking above these highs, tomorrow we're just going to continue higher, and then Monday probably hit that level. We'll see what happens at that level. I'm going to be adding quite a bit of bearish positions at that level, but I'm not going to be short term with it. And I don't know how much I'm going to be adding at that time, but I'm going to be adding over the next couple weeks as we hit that level. Probably add some right when we hit that, and then as we start to probably slowly come back down, just add more and more and more. So, anyways, that's kind of going to be my game plan. Just looking at the scenarios, running through it, and we'll run through some of that later. But we're seeing a very strong move today. Nice gap up. What was this? About a 0.25% or so. About 0.3% of a gap up today. So yeah, nice little gap up. Traded sideways 30 minutes. Nice run. I don't know how long I'm going to be on the live stream because I took some Z-Quil on accident instead of mouthwash. And I might pass out. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. You might hear me snoozing here in about 20 minutes, man. So possibility if I do get kind of drowsy, I might just I might just end it early. Yeah, fantastic. Go take me a nap, I guess. Did not mean to take some Z-Quil, but I did. AAPL. Get the pillows down. Yeah, man. That's get the pillows out. That's right. AAPL, man. This thing gapped up very strong. Look at this move daily. Ooh, man, 3%. That is a 3% move there. That is nice. I was kind of thinking yesterday we might see Apple break down, but I was kind of thinking about it last night. I was like, how does the market break down if Apple, or how does the market go higher and is bullish without Apple? And there you go. It's not like Apple's bouncing, and it makes sense that it kind of bounces here, right? It might not take out this high that it put in last week, but it just retested into the zone. It kind of got above. So here's the breakout that we had at the end of March, very beginning of April. We just retested that earlier this week. And Thursday, today, we're just continuing higher on AAPL. So, very nice move there. Microsoft, nice move as well. Not killing it like AAPL is, but definitely just nice move higher. Google, nice push higher. And this is like, we're probably just going to have a lot of people just flood into the market here the next day or two, maybe 3, and try to chase this. So it's, man, I mean, what a move. Nice move today. Netflix was strong early. It has not been strong here middle part of the day. You can see it has stalled out. It had a pretty large gap up here today, and I didn't know why. I was looking at some of the big tech stuff at the open, or about at the open, and I mean, this thing gapped up 2.7%. I had no idea as to why. So yeah, well, I don't know. Anyways, we can take a look at Warner Brothers Discovery. They changed their WBD. They changed their streaming service, so they're going to change their streaming service instead of it being called HBO Max or what's the other one? They had 2, HBO Max or Discover. There you go. Discovery Plus or something like that. I think they're just changing it to Max. So there you go. Nice little move today. Not a crazy day today there, but I mean, it's at least positive. So all right. Kind of had a little volume uptick there. Okay. So there's WBD, Paramount, not looking too bad. Not really doing as much either. Take a look here at Meta. Meta's had a very, very tight compression here, just under like 217, and it just kept getting tighter and tighter. Obviously, it's popping that core today. Nice little move up, 2.7% up today. Nice move, keeping it going. All right, so let's go take a look around the market and see what is going on. So you got the SPY getting above last week's high, this week's high today, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just an important zone. We very slowly got through the blue zone. It's popping higher. Most likely it's going to close above yesterday's high, so most likely just continue higher tomorrow. Q's had 4 days of consolidation, basically a top right here around 318.40, and obviously you can see it's popping over those kind of levels. Zoom out here and you can see it just had a top there around 318.60, I guess. And yep, now it's popping those, and people got to close Close stop losses now. That's basically what's going on. IWM. IWM is going to be the interesting one because it does have this pretty nice gap here that I would imagine it does come try to fill. So somewhere around the 181.40 level. Yeah, 181.40, something like that. Probably makes it run to. It's going to be about the 200 moving average. Um, After that, I mean, it could make a run up here to 186, I guess. Um, Thoughts on treasuries not participating at all? Yeah. Bonds aren't doing much today. I'll take a look at that here in a sec. DIA, yeah, I mean making a move higher, moving above yesterday's high. There you go. Equal weight SP 500. It's bullish. It's having a green day. Nothing above yesterday. If you take a look at the heat map, we were definitely seeing some lackluster moves early on in the trading day in financials, industrials, and utilities. Okay, staples obviously. Staples were also kind of lagging behind a little bit, but those were the three main areas: was utilities, industrials, and some of the financials were kind of lacking early. And then transports, nice little lower wick there on transports. Okay, so it's really just big tech. Big tech. I mean, just look how green the big tech stuff is, and there you go. That's what you need to know about the market. So the VIX is trading down a little bit. So what's interesting here about the VIX is I would imagine I would have thought like the VIX would have been getting crushed a little bit more with how much bullish trend that we've seen today, but it's not. It's not like getting crushed. So it's just getting back into a zone here that it's going to slowly kind of seep down. Dollar index did not take out this low. It got really close. 182, 184.6. Okay, 184.6. Okay, so it didn't quite get there. It's about 2 pennies away. It got really close. Inversion or 10-year yield up a little bit today. Inversion yield 10.2. Inversion moving back up. It's still just staying in this choppy range. So it's still consolidating. It was really kind of interesting to see it actually kind of moved higher yesterday after where's about that time frame. It had a pop, but it came back down. Okay. Gold. Dollar got crushed. Gold's up a lot. How's the SLV? Yeah. I mean, God dang, I can't look at that thing anymore. It's so disheartening. Nice move. It's hard to kind of be bullish on some of those precious metals with where the dollar is right now. And I'm not saying the dollar is not gonna break it down, but obviously this is a pretty strong support area in here. The last time it was kind of down this area, it did bounce. So maybe it bounces a little bit and then rolls over. Maybe it doesn't have quite the height on the bounce, maybe up into the 105 area, but if it bounces like 103 and then rolls over, I can see that happening. So, HYG bonds moving higher, high growth stuff or high yield stuff. LQD kind of not really participating today, kind of just hanging out, not really doing a whole lot. So, okay. Which TLT? Talk about TLT. I would say treasuries are probably more of like that risk on type play. And that's just kind of where I'm at with that. And it's definitely a risk on type play. Like you're not having that flight to safety. And that should be the same thing with like sector recap. So you got the tech's up 1, a little bit over 1.5. Communications up almost 2%. Discretionary is up a little bit over 2%. Staples up 0.25%. Healthcare is up a little bit over 1%. Utilities are down 0.25%. So yeah, I mean it's definitely a risk on day. So like, I mean it kind of makes sense. This also could be a little bit of a leading move because even the bonds, not showing a whole lot of strength on the bond side. Looking at the HYG, like I looked at this earlier and it wasn't as strong as it is now. But yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah. I mean, it's an interesting move there on TLT. They definitely are not getting the flock to safety. Um, yeah, risk off. If I said risk on, yeah, it's going to tech, going to growth. Yes, definitely a risk off day. All right, hold on. Now I'm confused. See, this is why you don't drink ZQuil before you get on and start talking because you go brain dead. You're seeing the move to risk on assets. You're not seeing that move to risk off. Um, and so you're probably just not seeing the safety play like TLT is. TLT to me is more of a safety play, right? So, I'm curious, how is some of these relationships like discretionary staples? It still looks like it wants to break down. Hasn't really broken down. Probably gonna continue just to break down. Okay. Um, growth, value. Yeah, hanging out. Mid caps, hanging out. All right, there's not a lot going on there. Let's take a look. Let's see what intraday price action's been like today. Sector comparison. Boom. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we got discretionaries. This is intraday. This is intraday price action. This is not taking into account the gap. So we saw utilities really kind of drop off early. Really kind of drop off early. And man, I'll be pretty honest. Utilities was actually in line with the market, and then for about the second hour of the trading day, they really lacked um, any kind of bullishness. They were getting hammered, so they got hit pretty good, and then so did real estate about the same time. But they come back a little bit. Staples actually at the lower end today makes sense. Real estate's at the lower end. Utilities, industrials, um, healthcare, communications, XLC, financials, energies, and materials kind of all in there in line with SPY. Tech and discretionary is definitely leading the day. Okay. Makes sense. Apple, Microsoft look great. Tesla's doing its thing. Amazon's doing its thing. I mean, Amazon's up 4%, so yeah, I mean they're crushed shitty there. Let's take a look at some of those semiconductors because they hadn't been looking good here over the past couple weeks. Yeah, man, that still doesn't look all that great. I mean they're up, but they're not. They're definitely not leading. Right? Take a look at that hourly. It's almost like they're breaking down. Like they're just losing that strength. AMD. AMD's flat. So AMD's not even showing strength. Just went negative right there. Intel's showing some strength today. Okay, up 0.9%. Average Joe, Broadcom, up a little bit today. Okay. What about Texas Instruments? Up 0.73 quarters or so. All right. TSM. TSM has a very key level here. This thing pops here over the next day or two. Might not be a bad for a bearish play. And I'm not even saying a pop, but I mean this thing's just holding on to this 86 level. All right. Let me know if there's anything else you want to look at. But yeah, treasuries definitely not feeling the love today. So we got, excuse me, we got a little bit of a change here, day over day, on expectations. The next Fed meeting. It looks like a raise dropped actually by 5%. So now it's 5% more to not raising at all. And that's going to be May 3rd. So, was that 3 weeks away? 3 weeks away? All right. Any. Do we have any earnings this morning? I know we did. Um, um, Delta. Delta did announce this morning. Yep, there it is. So they missed top and they missed bottom. Okay. Yeah, they dropped pretty quick after the open. And then, so how the rest of the airlines doing? United's up. Obviously, who came out yesterday? It was American. American Airlines came out, I think, yesterday, and kind of said bad things about earnings. Alaska Air Group, um, not doing too bad. I mean, obviously, a huge lower wick there. They got sold off right at the get go. Southwest, same kind of thing, but not positive. Yeah, kind of didn't have as much of the bounce back. Okay. Spirit traded. There it is. Spirit Airlines. I didn't realize they were publicly traded. What's their market cap? $2 billion. $2 billion. Um, JetBlue. Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot of airlines actually throwing some lower wicks today. Kind of makes a little bit of sense. They had a full body. A lot of these got hit yesterday with the American Airlines kind of coming out and talking about dropping their earnings. So yeah, it kind of makes some sense. I mean, is the market just continuing to push higher? Just look at that grind, man. Just grinding. Now that we got through the blue zone, I mean, that blue zone was just so. I've never flown Spirit. But I've heard it can be. I've heard it's very much extremes. Like it's either really good or it's really bad. I've never heard anybody say it's like in the middle. Yes. I mean, just slowly chopped right through that blue zone. Man, it's gonna go. So I mean, that's all you need to know. I mean that says it all. And this is after. This is right. This is the next day after the FOMC minutes. The uptick in volatility that we saw yesterday afternoon that dropped the market there for about an hour and 15 minutes, basically right before close. And that was all from. Oh, I mean, there was a recession presentation given at the last FOMC meeting, and it's kind of funny talking about that. I was thinking about that last night and talking with a buddy earlier today. That some staffers gave a presentation at the last FOMC meeting in March, and at the or at the press conference after, I was like, I don't think anybody asked recession. I don't even think he mentioned recession. I don't think anybody asked about the recession or possibilities of recession. Everybody was so focused on the banks, SVB. Everybody asked about SVB and regulation around it. Nobody asked about recession. and so they kind of just skirted by. And I can't think of them. I can't think of an instance where anybody asked about recession, and then I can't think of the last time. Like it's been several FOMC meetings where we haven't seen at least somebody ask about recession or probability of recession. We on we on like a 1 day delay since the jobs numbers. Yeah. Look at the volume that we've got coming in too. So obviously, looking here at a 15 minute, ever since we broke through this blue zone, look at all the people that are having to cover. Reaction to data mean? There was some data that came out this morning. Which what was it? So we got retail sales tomorrow morning. It was PPI. This is what it was. PPI, and it actually came in negative. That's not good, by the way. That is not bullish. That's very, very bad for the economy. And Great Britain's GDP actually came in zero, flat. Yeah, so I'm not. I'm not not bullish. Just very tactically bullish. Just very tactically bullish. CPI was good though. Yeah, yeah. It's got more ways to go. A big thing about CPI is, man, it's just housing. It's housing. So yeah, that's a move. That's a lot of volume, and the volume is just increasing as it keeps moving, as it keeps moving on. So when you get an uptick in volume on 1 day, like compared to all the previous days, you get a little bit of an uptick on volume, and then you take that day out. Yeah, it's going to continue to go for a little bit. Record shorts out there. I don't. All right, man. You got to post me a link. Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing like record shorts. I'm not seeing it. Back here, back in November, December, there was so many people bearish right back in here. I'm still not seeing shorts. Yeah, I'm talking shorts. Like I'm still not seeing shorts. I did see something about like E-mini futures are heavily. Like there's a lot of retail people bearish. By the way, I do have a theory. I have a theory about retail positioning, and I do think a lot of machine trading algos are now trying to disguise themselves as retail positions, not and I don't know why. But I think they're just trying to I don't know. I just get that indication because I'm not seeing a whole bunch of I'm not getting the sense and feel from a lot of retail traders that they are bearish on the market. So I don't know. It's a weird time. And this might all be futures driven. It might be just the ES, just that heavily bearish. And yeah, I guess that's the other thing is we actually haven't on the futures taken out the high of yesterday because the pre-market high yesterday, following PPI, following CPI, was quite a bit larger of a spike. So yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close to there. Yeah, I forgot this is not gonna be a 1-to-1. I can't really. Let me just go back to the SPY. Do it this way. So pre-market, we're getting close. We are roughly 0.1% away from that pre-market high. So that futures high yesterday morning. So we're not far. 13,241. 13,241. Was that the is that basically the high that you're talking about on the NQs? Yeah, essentially, yeah. And then how far are these guys? Because the NQs got wrecked yesterday. I mean, they got wrecked yesterday. They're about a 1/4% away, roughly. Go look at the Qs because the NQs are actually farther away. So it's about 0.15% away. Yeah. I mean, dude, look at this. Look at this Q's hourly, just up, 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 up. Like that's just crazy. Just sometimes you just gotta admire some moves in the marketplace. You just look at them with love in your eyes, man. Just like wow, just crazy, crazy moves sometimes. All right, get off of extended hours. Um, um, Siva, let me ask you something. Where do you think we're just gonna looking here at the SPY? Looking here at the SPY. Where do you think we're just gonna make a run here to about this 418 level, or do you think we come fill this gap up here around 421, 422, back from August? I'm kind of curious when you think you're gonna do that. I think we'll probably be around 418, probably Monday, Tuesday. I think it'll probably be Monday, but if it's not, then I think it'll probably be Tuesday. If we gap up to that level, I'll close out. I'll close out if we gap up there, whether that's Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. What else? Let's take a look at crude oil because I know that's been moving quite a bit. Nasdaq target 13,600 to 13,887. Okay, I'll go back and look at that here in a sec. Crude oil pulling back a little bit. All right. Okay. All right. RB. Gasoline. Okay. Okay. So you said NQs 13.6. So 13.6, which is there. Sorry, I didn't watch spot. Oh, you're good, man. I get it. No, I get it. I can always convert. You're right. 13.6 to 13.8, which would be very interesting if we made it above 13.8, because I would take out this August high. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting one. So I'm gonna have to measure this from this high. So hold on. Yeah, there it is. That was it. So about almost a 2% move, not quite a 2% move to possibly 3,887. So you're talking a little bit under a 2% move to possibly a 4% move up. Okay. So, um, so, well, that was from, I guess, the high of last week. So about right there. So about a 2.5% move to possibly a 6.5% move. So you're talking 2.5 to 6.5%. Okay, so roughly a 4% range. Okay. So somewhere around like 329 or so to about 340 on the Qs. On the Qs. Hey, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. All right. Let's see. I don't really have much. I'm really kind of eyeballing right now. PSA. Ooh, McDonald's, Disney. Feminine spooked the market with recession. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why. I mean, that's a big reason why I'm not going to be looking to be bullish too far. I'm really not. Like I don't know. I mean, Q's. Man, maybe Nasdaq gets up that high. I have a hard time believing that the SPY runs another. I mean, 2.5%. Dude, that's gonna be pushing. That's a pretty deep push. 2.5. Hey, no way. SPY's gonna run 6.5%. There's no way it's gonna get up to 440. So that ain't happening. So I mean, the NQs might do it. Short cover. Short covering doesn't. It doesn't always go as far as you think. I'm not saying it doesn't push the market. It just doesn't. It doesn't push as hard. It's been my kind of my experience with short covering. It's like, man, I always thought the short covering would be like more violent, and sometimes it's just not. Because remember, the higher you go, now that we got bond yields like actually over 4% and stuff, the higher you go, there's going to be more and more and more money to leave and go chase yields because not a lot of people are believing that we're going to go back into a bull run right now. Right? A lot of people are still saying that like go find your cash flow, go find your yield and that kind of stuff. And so the higher you go, the harder it winds up becoming because people just they have better opportunities. They don't want to have to deal with near term market volatility. They would rather just say, "Hey, I'm gonna go lock up yield for a year, 6 months, maybe 2 months or 2 years." So it gets tough. Oh, now we're finding a pause. All right. So why at 413? I guess it kind of makes sense. It was kind of a top area back over here. Thoughts on JP Morgan heading into tomorrow's earnings? That's a good question. I was going to look at tomorrow's earnings. So we got Wells Fargo and we got JP Morgan. Which are they moving already? Not really. JP Morgan, I think is going to be fine. Like, Jamie Dimon's a freaking legend. I think JPM will be fine. I think the big issue, even on commentary, I think they'll be okay. Wells Fargo, though, this could be an interesting one. I'd be curious on what they kind of talk about, what the commentary is coming out of Wells Fargo. Probably more so than JP Morgan, just because I think Jamie Dimon is just he gets at what he can say and what he can't say. I don't know how good the CEO is for Wells Fargo. But as far as like earnings, I think the earnings are going to be fine. I think it's going to be more of commentary after that they're going to talk about like future forecasts. Is the forecast still good? What does the credit market look like going forward? What does second half of the year, forecast or projections? Um, you know, how is I guess certain credit markets kind of going right now? I think it's gonna be a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't think they're gonna get so much of a big deal on the current earnings numbers. A lot of it just has to do with kind of how late the banking crisis was. I mean, it was in the second week of March where we kind of got that, and so you probably didn't have a full quarter to really feel the impact. So it's going to be kind of interesting what they guide for Q2. And the both of these are big banks. They're highly regulated. I don't think it'll be a big deal. Um, oh, see what you said. Especially if big bank earnings are better than average and big tech comes in decently. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not really expecting big banks to have bad earnings just because they're so highly regulated. I think it's once we get past. Oh, probably next Wednesday, next Thursday. I think we're going to be past most of the big bank earnings, and then we start to get more into the regional bank earnings. And that's going to be the interesting one. That's going to be the interesting one. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, I can see us run Monday, Tuesday. After that, like, I don't know, man. Regional banks might, might not look like it. When's the FRC? Like FRC, yeah, they're gonna be not this next Monday, but the Monday after. Who else? Just spit out some ticker symbols for regional banks if you got them. Look and see when they got. Was it Truist, TFC, regional bank? They're next week, next Thursday. So yeah, I mean, second half of next week, you're gonna start to get a lot more of those regional banks coming in. What was PGR? PGR. What is this? Oh, Progressive. Oh, Progressive earnings. I totally forgot they had earnings today. So they missed on bottom line by 31%. Jeez. Interesting. Why? Anybody want to give me a headline as to why? No. Yeah, because I think they have a little bit stronger connection to the smaller economy, and I think with how much they've already been beaten up. Okay, so just run through this scenario. Where's the IWM? So you can take a look here at the IWM, take a look here at the Qs. Which one over the past like month and a half done really good? Well, the Qs, right? Even the SPY. SPY has done pretty good. The IWM has not. And so to me, it kind of gets in that situation of if regional banks say that they're having some issues and they're still seeing issues, it gets to be a situation where they just start to drop, or maybe they drop off again, and then but I mean, tech can't hold up the market forever, What's this relationship? Q Spy. I mean, and even the Q Spy, I mean, we've seen this over the past 3 weeks. I mean, we've kind of been talking about it here on the live streams, but past couple of weeks, like the Qs and Spy, like we're seeing big tech has been kind of more of a weak spot, but that was because they were so strong during that regional banking issue. So tech's not going to be able to hold the market up forever, and just looking at, I mean, AAPL versus the Qs. I mean, it's still up there as like its all time. Like it's still quite a bit up there as far as like its weighting and its relationship. I mean, yeah, it's way up there still. APL, 2As and that. Spy. I mean, even against the Spy, it's way up there. So it's like they're not gonna be able to do that forever. They're just not. I mean, you just look at the volume. Like, just look at that move that it did. It's just crazy. So I'm just. I mean, eventually, tech just gets hit. I'm not, and it might be one of those where the 90 stocks sell off first. They take down the market, and then everybody starts to bottom pick the 90 stocks with the capital from the top 10%, right? The top 10 or 20 stocks where all the capital sitting. There's so much capital sitting in Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, like between those five. I mean, it's just such a contrast. Even Meta's come back. I mean, this year Meta has come back to life. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Last year was just such a disaster. Oh man, and maybe this relationship makes a run up to like these lows that I kind of put in, and then Meta starts to underperform the Qs. I don't know, but I mean, Meta's been doing good since October, been crushing it since October. It's been kind of tough. It's been really tough if you've been looking for um, spots to be bearish on Meta. It's like there really hasn't been good ones like ever set up. So it just might be one of those that it just runs until it doesn't, and then it just starts to just slowly die off. Last year was just such a volatile year for Meta. So yeah, I don't, I don't know how it's going to play out. It is a really weird situation with how strong tech is, but how high they some of these companies are on valuations. Like Nvidia is on valuations. Like it's just no. I mean, I just can't justify it. Like, and I love semiconductors. I love semiconductors. You put them in everything. Just can't justify it. I'm not saying Nvidia comes and breaks this low that it put in back in October. But well, can it make a run down to 186? Yeah, sure. Maybe 150. Maybe bottom somewhere in there before it goes on the next bull run. So yeah, I mean, I do think regional banks can move the market just because they probably have much more of a pulse on the economy. And if they come out and say issues like contraction or small businesses are going bankrupt a lot more, which we've heard a lot more of that in the second half of March. Small businesses going bankrupt, and um, commercial loan portfolios. Apparently, regional banks do much of the commercial loan portfolio than than the big banks do. So yeah, there's still some issues out there, and like you don't want to have a devaluing of and repricing of major assets, like what's going to happen with commercial real estate, and a credit crunch at the same time. Like those are two things that they rely on each other essentially, and if they're both having issues at the same time, like it's just not going to be. It's going to make for a very very bad situation for some companies out there. Like some companies are going to get exposed through too much leverage, um, just like SVB did. Just a perfect storm at the right time, expose them, and I mean it's not like interest rates have gone down to 2% and less yet. So yeah, I mean I do think there could be issues. Me ranting. I don't know if I'm ranting or answering questions. I think the Z quill's kicking in is what it is. Um, but yeah, J.P. Morgan. I don't think we'll see any issues with J.P. Morgan. Wells Fargo, probably not. My only concern with Wells Fargo, and I think I heard someone else actually mention this too, is kind of more of what does the CEO say? Because he's not Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon's a freaking awesome, awesome banker. He gets it, man. Um, when Goldman Sachs is next week. When are they? Are they Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday morning is Goldman. So I don't even know who the CEO of Goldman Sachs is anymore. At least you'd be Lloyd Blankenfein. Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore. When's City? Is City tomorrow too? City is also tomorrow. Oh. All right, so we got three big companies tomorrow. I think is it Blackstone or BlackRock's tomorrow? Okay, BlackRock also tomorrow. So yeah, okay, we got some other financials coming in tomorrow. Uh, Blackstone is next Thursday. Morgan Stanley's next week. Wednesday next week for Morgan Stanley. Yeah, I just don't think regional. I just don't think major banks are going to be an issue. I don't think the major finance companies are going to be the issue. I think the issue is going to be, if there's any issue with financials, it's going to be in regionals. But yeah, it's just freaking great time. Is GE finally slowing down? Holy cow, this thing's been on just such a freaking run. Goodness. That thing was on such a run. The other a big thing I'm gonna be watching for. I want to look at a weekly here real quick. So there was a time period back in, I think, '02 or '01, '02, sometime in that bear market, where you had like this period right here. We had where we topped out initially, and then it was just super choppy. And we had a multi-week, a little bit over a month, maybe about a month and a half drawdown, and then about a 2 3 week pop. And then we didn't actually take out this high that we put in a few months before, but then it just started to slowly drop off. So we might be in this kind of a situation where we got the rapid pop, and once it stops, then it just might be a slow die off. I mean, look at how slow this was. To take out this low, it wasn't even quick. It took, I mean, after that pop, it took 6 weeks, 6 weeks, and then this week right there. I mean, obviously you snapped down, closed below, and then it retested, and then it was done. See what you said. There were a bunch of headwinds all over. Yeah, dude. They're it's crazy. They're everywhere. So it might be we get into one of these situations where it's just a slow, methodical die off over like 2 months, because we topped out. What is this? The beginning of March. So beginning of March, we kind of topped off, and then roughly about a month and a half later, we took out that low, and then about 3 months later, like we're fully into about to just crash mode. We actually had 2 weeks here at the previous low that we put in back in September of '01, that we kind of just bounced there for a couple of weeks, and then we just 3 weeks just wrecked. How far of a drop was that? In 3 weeks, we dropped 21% back then. That's crazy. That is nuts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't think it'd be quick. I don't think it'd be easy. But I think the higher we go, even like on this move, I think it's just going to be a situation where there's going to be less people that hold longs. I think there's going to be more people that probably look to go to bonds, and they don't want to deal with risk in equity markets, and they don't want to. Yeah, I just don't think they want to deal with risk, and they can go lock up yield for 6 months to 2 years, and just say screw it. I'll just go buy me a CD, and I'll just wait. Now I don't have to worry about the headaches of the headwinds. So, I think I'm done, guys. Mostly because I think I'm feeling that Ezekiel has just been kicking in for the past 10 minutes. Did not mean to take Ezekiel today, but when it's sitting next to the mouthwash, it just tastes so good instead of the mouthwash. I don't know what was wrong with me. That was dumb. I can't believe I did that. I was like, dang it. Anyways, I would imagine we probably just continue to push higher tomorrow. I don't think earnings are going to be a big deal. The financials that report tomorrow, I don't think they're going to be a big deal. I think we'll just continue to push higher tomorrow. I would imagine probably at least up in the 417, 418 by Monday. At that point in time, I'm this tactical repositioning. I'm kind of been playing for. Started yesterday. I'm gonna be done with it. I'm not gonna look for a push higher. I know, Siba, you said you're going to be looking for a little bit higher push. I'm not. To me, it's just not, there's just not going to be as much of an upside at that point in time, and probably start to position more for a 5 6 month kind of bearish position over looking for like the next 2 3 months to kind of drop off. So that's just kind of what I'm going to be looking for. So, but I'll be curious to see how the market does react tomorrow. I think we also have some data coming out tomorrow morning. Retail sales, consumer survey, also consumer sentiment survey. So, yeah, I mean we got some stuff coming tomorrow. We got some stuff coming tomorrow. So, all right, maybe I should take ZQL from now on. If Steve was saying I performed well. Guys, yeah, I would just expect the market to kind of continue to push higher. It very slowly chopped through this. I really kind of thought what it did for the most part of the middle part of the day today. I really thought it was going to do that yesterday afternoon because it started to do that, and then obviously recession at a Fed meeting, changed the tone of the things in the afternoon. So, but yeah, there you go. Alpha Hunters, have a great rest of your day. Alrighty, take care, guys. Take care, Alpha Hunters.